Am I live? Hello, guys. I am live. Talking with Dashing Foxie. So, guys, it's been one heck of a week, right? Just one heck of a week. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not the best week of everyone's life. Maybe not the worst week of everybody's life. But it's certainly a week. So let's get down to it. And can't really, I don't know, we're live. We're all good here. I have one person. Hey, what's up? Hey, Grunger Fox, how's it going? It is live from Burlington, New Jersey, talking with Dashing Foxie. Yes, okay. So, today we have a really interesting topic today about fursuit handling. Yeah, fursuit handling. Now, this isn't like any fursuit handling. Hey, Dark Wolf. This is extreme fursuit handling. So, you know, I see all these videos out there, and I see them all of handling videos. And, you know, some of them are really cheery. Some of them are kind of meh, you know, down the middle of the road. But today, you know, let's just do something different than every other video has done. Let's take it to the next level. We're going to talk first about fursuiting and how you could do it, okay? And then we're going to talk about fursuit handling, okay? So we're going to also do fursuit handling in a con and fursuit handling out of a con. So I also have a backpack down here that has like all the stuff that I need for my fursuit handling stuff. So let's talk about fursuiting. What's a fursuit? Well, it's obviously this in front of my face. If you are a furry, you know exactly what fursuiting is. So, well, without further ado, I guess we can jump right into that. So you're at a convention, you know, you go fursuiting and all this other wonderful things, you know, you're like, let's just take example, we're at FE, okay? So, the problem with fursuiting, obviously, is this. I can't see past here. This is my limit of vision, right here. I can't see on the side, I can't see on that side. So, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be walking through a fur con, and you're going to be hugging people. People are going to be taking pictures of you and stuff, and that's all fine and dandy. So, you're doing all this, and then you realize, well, you know, I could use a handler, because the whole entire point of a handler is to help you out. There is nothing a handler does best than to help you out. If you're thirsty, they get you a drink. If you need to use the bathroom, they do not lead you into, they just lead you into the bathroom. Not unless if you're a weirdo and you want them to, whatever. Okay, so the whole purpose of a fursuit handler is to help us get through our everyday either furcon life or everyday going out in the street and saying hi to children, which that would be probably a weird thing. So probably not recommending that, but you could go to a birthday party, let's say, in your fursuit, or you can go to the library if they have charities or something like that. So really, this video helps the fursuiter and the fursuit handler get a better experience. Okay, so the problems with fursuiting on your own at conventions or anything like that is you can't take pictures of yourself. Unless if you have a camera and you try to get some random people to take photos of you, this becomes a huge problem. And don't get me started, I can't take selfies with this thing. So you might as well just say you're in a handicap when you're fursuiting. You are in not a big handicap, but you're in a pretty significant one that leads you to go and find a handler. So you also have other things that you can't do without a handler. Like, well, actually, you can do with them. I just don't recommend them. When you're going downstairs, just be careful. Have somebody with you. Pick a random person and go, you, yes, you, help me down the stairs, because you don't want to trip and fall and hurt yourself. So, today, we'll be talking all about the handlers. That's why this title is called Fursuiting Handling for Dummies. So, we're going to have this about a half an hour. I'm going to have the first hour is I'm going to talk about what you need to do when you're fursuit handling. The second hour, well, actually not the second, but like maybe mid half hour, I'm gonna read some tweets. We're gonna do the creepy tweet thing again, and then the last part of it, we'll be taking your phone calls and extending on the idea of what else you can do with fursuit handling. Because I'm not perfect. I'm not going to lie. I am not a perfect being. We all need to learn better on fursuit handling and other things. So, before I get into my steps, I have a video here that the creator she made a whole video about it. So, well, there's selfie sticks I use, but I don't want to use a selfie stick. That's so 2006. But let me go to here. Let me show you a video that somebody else created. And we'll go with this here. Probably I should turn down my volume too, so you're not hearing it through the microphone. That would probably be a smart idea. Okay, so let me go to here. Actually, I need to go to here first. And we're going to watch a little short video. One thing that really does grind my gears, and I'll tell you, darn it, but we'll go into it if I can do this. Okay, so minus that. Okay, so this is the girl. She is this right here. She has over 58,000 subscribers. That's pretty impressive, to tell you the truth. Congratulations to her. Shout out to her. So, okay, so
everything that happened. Sorry. Here it is now. So this episode is all about how to be an amazing fursuit handler. Now, you've probably heard the term.
Okay, so the very first thing that really annoys me is, you see this part of the shirt right here? This is green. You can tell this whole entire thing is a green screen. And she had to be the person that wears the green a little bit right here. I know it's supposed to be a rainbow, and I'm fine with that. I love rainbows, and they're great. But don't wear a rainbow on a green screen. I'm just going to tell you that right now, because this will happen. This whole entire line right here really annoys me all during the video, so I can't really enjoy the video. But let's see if she has any helpful tips on fursuiting, or him. I don't really.
Term fursuit handler gets thrown around a lot. I also essential, like absolutely 100% essential to have a fursuit handler if you're going fursuiting in public. So not a con, not a party, or at a friend's place. If you're in a public space with a fursuit, you need at least one handler.
I didn't think this through. Hold on. I didn't think this through at all. I should be having headphones on. This is my fault. I'm trying to do this without hearing her. This is not a good idea. Rookie mistakes. My fault. Let's just do this. Plug in my headphones here, and let's listen to her together, because I'm not a weirdo, and I'm not going to sit there and listen to a blank screen.
I'd say one handler for every 3 to 5 fursuiters, depending on how good of a handler they are. But just at least have someone, please. In a convention, you can get away without having a handler. I don't always have a handler in conventions because you've got your headless lounge. You've usually got your room right.
Okay, so that's a good point. You do not need a handler during conventions, but I would strongly, if you could get a handler, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a handler, because conventions can get really big, especially like MFF or AC, that where when you're in a crowd of people, you probably should have somebody at least directing you and telling you what's in front of you. So I will give her kudos to that, but in the same aspects, fursuit handling during conventions probably would be a big step when it comes to like doing anything, because it depends on how big the convention is. If it's a small one, you're probably not going to need one, but if it's a pretty big one, I would definitely recommend one. But also you can get some great pictures and stuff. So let's keep going. Let's just keep listening to her.
There, you're surrounded by friends, and you're surrounded by other furries who, you know to just keep a general eye out for you. So let's say you're going to a fur meet, and someone has come to you and said, hey, I'm going to be fursuiting, can you please be my handler? What does that entail? First, you're going to need a backpack. Like either someone else's that they've given you to look after, or your own, but the bigger the better, you need a backpack. The fursuiters you're looking after will usually give you their essential items for you to just look after.
Okay, so the backpack, thing. It's a very good point. You're going to need a backpack and everything like that. If you want to watch the rest of her video, I don't want to go too much into her video because I don't want to steal some of her ideas. But the whole entire thing is, or not really steal, but I don't want to play the whole video of that. The whole entire point of fursuit handling is that you're going to want to have a good base on your fursuiter. So if you, I mean, not a good base, but I would say probably a good distance. So if I'm standing right here, okay, so obviously I'm not in the middle of the screen. I don't want you to be like right beside me, hugging me, holding me, because if you do that, I'm not going to be able to move around and hug other fursuiters. You're going to want to have a good solid, I'd probably say, about 5 to 6 feet apart from the fursuiter. So maybe I'm going a little too insane with the measurements, but who cares? I personally think that a fursuiter should be a little bit close because I want them to take a picture of me. So let's start with the very first fursuiting scenario. Okay, so the very first fursuiting scenario is you're at a convention. The good thing about conventions is it's really easy to handle something or someone at a convention. The only problem is you can get split up in like 2 seconds. I'm going to tell you that right now. If it's Anthrocon, you might get split up with your person you're fursuiting with or whatever, or handling. So what I usually do is I usually do the 3-step method. That where if you can at least take 3 steps behind him, you will be A-okay. That's about 6 feet. Because if you're anything like over that, you're smothering them too much. Or if you're under that, you're going to be way too far away and then you're going to lose them and then you'll never find them again. Especially at MFF or AC at a bigger con like that. So 3-step method. So you can at least take 3 steps to them. Okay, so this fursuiter, okay, is out about at a fur con, okay? And you're going to be basically handling them, taking pictures, having a nice time with them, enjoying yourself. Now, the 3 things you want to, well, actually a couple things you want to know is the photos, okay? Everyone and their mother is going to ask for a photo, okay? Don't get upset if you can't get everybody's photo because you're not going to be able to do that. You're a fursuit handler. You're not a miracle worker. You're a fursuit handler. So if you get about at least, I usually say a fursuit handler should have at least 150 pictures or maybe somewhere in that line so you can actually take good photos and don't rush. Don't be one of those guys holding a camera going, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. No, don't do that. Okay. Number 2 with the fursuit handling at conventions, it's easy to get water. So you can just go and tell them to get water and stuff like that. So it won't be a problem with water. So you don't have to worry about carrying anything but a backpack, a wallet. They're going to need a wallet because if they're at the dealer's den and they see something cool, make sure to provide them with a nice wallet. Okay, because fursuiting with your wallet, I do not recommend at all. Unless if you know what you're going to buy, you can get it and get out. So, be careful with the wallet thing, because I've had my wallet slipped out before, and it was not a good, pretty sight. Okay, luckily I got my wallet back. Long story, whatever. So, you're going to want to carry any sort of money for them. Now, you got to make sure you're trusting this guy, too. You don't want to be on the middle of the street going, hey, you, yeah, you want to be my fursuit handler? No, don't do that. At least get established in a trust with them. So you're not going to be the guy who, has the person running off. So let's just say you gained a trust with them. You're now ready to go out on the floor. So you're taking photos. You're taking a whole bunch of cool looking photos. You're posing with Duke the dancing dog and all these other wonderful people. So you're doing that, and you realize your camera guy is not giving you any direction. Now, a fursuit handler is supposed to be also a decent photographer too. Definitely at cons, I wouldn't say so much as the aspect for like outside, but at cons, you want them to at least know what they're doing with a camera. So make sure whenever you're doing this, you're getting a good look at them, and they're telling you, okay, this guy is too far up. Let's move it back a little bit. Because I've had people that were they fursuit handling me, but I get like the worst pictures I've ever seen in my life, and I feel bad, and I don't want to be like, you take some really bad photos. But in the same aspect, you probably should. So whenever you're taking a photo, make sure they're in a good, sizable area. And the good thing about furry cons, if you notice your fursuiter getting way too hot, just tell them to go to the Headless Lounge. And they'll know that. They'll tell you, I'm going to the Headless Lounge. So that's the good thing. You don't have to worry about how hot they are or anything, because usually they'll tell you. So at a convention, it's pretty easy. Make sure you're keeping an eye on them, walking upstairs, taking the elevator down's fine too. Just keep them in the loop. Okay, so if you're into fursuit handling, also, whenever you're fursuit handling, I got something in my backpack for this. I want more fursuit handlers to handle stuff that I actually need. Like, if I'm a fursuiter, if I have it, I know I have it in here. Don't worry. I think I put it in here. Shoot, where'd it go? Ah, I've got like all this stuff in here. Where did I put it? Are you telling me I didn't put it in here? This is not a prepared... There it is. Okay. So, whenever you got a fursuiter, right, they're not going to be able to look at everything and hold everything. So, what you're going to want to do for the fursuiter and stuff like that is you're going to want the most important thing... Oh, shoot. What did I do? Okay. The con books. I don't know if you can see these well, but con books, okay? To tell you the truth, how many times have I walked through a con not understanding where the heck I'm going when I want to go to a panel? If you're a fursuit handler of mine, you are definitely holding one of these con books, okay? I don't care if you have to tape it to your dang butt. You're going to be carrying one of these. Because, see, these are not just informational. Actually, they are informational. I lied. But they are also a good way to actually understand what is going on in the convention. Because I don't know how many times have I walked around without a handler. And I said, boy, I wish I knew what the next event was that I wanted to go to. So make sure to carry one of these books around. So you too can be A-okay. And let your fursuiter know what events are coming up. Because who knows? There might be a fursuit dance going on and you just won't know it. Okay, now. Okay, so that's scenario one. I'm not really going to talk about too much more about the convention stuff because really the convention stuff is really easy. You can pick it up. I would recommend the person having prior handling skills to you, the guy who's going to do the next step, because the next step is going to be a lot tougher, okay? This is in basically the streets. Well, I won't say the hood because I live in New Jersey. I know what that is. But this is basically your number one purpose for having a fursuit handler, and that's fursuiting in public. It could be at a meet. It could be at your uncle grandma's. It could be anywhere. But you have to make sure you're having a handler when you're walking anywhere that's not populated by a bunch of furries. So before I continue, if you are liking this, please share and let's try to get some more people in here. If you want to have any discussions too on anything, you could just comment below. I'll read them here in a little bit. I should have probably shared this video before I started, but I wasn't thinking about that. So, yeah, we'll do that. Let me just do that. Like, it'll take 2 seconds. I'm a little weirdo, and I forgot to do that. Okay, so there you go. I posted it on Twitter, stuff like that. Okay, now, let's continue on. Okay, so scenario number 2 is a little bit more different. Fursuit meets are great, okay? But they're kind of like a con atmosphere that where you probably, you really don't need a handler, but you probably should have one just to be on the safe side, especially if you've never went to this one before and you have no clue where anything is. So I'd probably say recommending for fursuit meets or like a bowling thing, very first time, try to have a handler. If you can't, I think you can get relatively around okay with it. But probably the worst one is doing it in charity. Okay, so I've done one charity in my life, and I didn't have a handler, and it was probably the worst mistake of my life. Because, number 1, I was hot. Number 2, I was hot. And number 3, I was extremely hot. Okay? Now, you get really hot in this suit. I don't know if anybody ever told you this. Maybe you went to I don't know. But, especially when you're at a birthday party or a charity event. Like, I was at Special Olympics. I was at a charity event. Nobody really knew what furries were. So, I basically went without a fursuit handler. It was the worst mistake of my life. Because I didn't have any water or I didn't have anything like that. So, now this is for the people who want to handle people like for a charity or something. So, let me see if we have any more comments. I'm 22 minutes late. It's fine. Okay, so now I have my nifty extreme backpack right here. We have a backpack right here. Now you're going to want the essential backpack. Don't go buy one of those cheap backpacks that could possibly break within 2 seconds because you have so much stuff in here. Okay? Now, this backpack contains all the stuff that I always bring to charity or anything that fursuit handlers should have in here. Now, this is only my opinion, so I might have missed a couple of them, but it doesn't matter. To tell you the truth, this is my opinion. So, haha, okay. So, now, for number 1, I'm going to start out with basic. You're going to definitely want the water. Now, this is nice water. Now, normally people would just tell you, hand your fursuiter the water. Well, don't do what I'm about to do to your fursuiter, but this is what I like. I want to see people engaging, okay? Now, when you're taking the water, okay, and handing it to that fursuiter, let's say anywhere, you're going to have to hand it to him, and you're going to have to take off the lid. Because half the time, I'm not going to take off the lid. Okay? I can't take off the lid. These paws are impossible. Actually, I had it over there, and I just had it not even screwed on. So, then what you're going to do, you're going to want to hand it to the fursuiter. Oh, thanks. Now, the one thing that you do not want to do is just do this. Oh, man. Okay, well, I hope that I kind of spilled on myself. But it doesn't matter. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to spray the fursuiter on the head. No. Or you don't want to go, hey, buddy, I got you some water. And then you pour it down there. And now the fursuiter's all wet in the mouth. That's not a good idea. You probably shouldn't do that either. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to hand it to him. And then he'll put it in his mouth like so. Ooh. Yeah, see? That's what you're supposed to do. Don't do it the sports way, because if you do it the sports way, I'm going to get mad and I'm going to throw it back in your face. Or don't do it the, oh, you got to pour it on your head, right? No, don't do that, okay? Whew. Let me check to see any comments down below. So, yeah, I got all wet in my mouth area. Okay, so let's see if we have any more comments. Let's see if I can scroll down. Okay, let's see. I'm having a Oh no, you're all wet. Oh well, who cares? I'm all wet. Whatever. Okay, so let's continue on here. I thought there'd be more comments. Okay. Probably the worst idea I've had. It's fine. Okay, so the water is to keep your fursuiter hydrated and stuff like that. Okay, let's take the water out of there. Okay, so now we got another thing in our backpack. We have one of my essential items when I'm doing a charity. And now this is only for personal preference anyway. I have a huge towel. I always carry a towel with me because I'm going to get hot. In a suit, unless if you do it to yourself. So let's say if I'm drinking my water, you know, I'm getting all hot and I want to use the bathroom. I can take it. And you're not seeing my face. There is no chance in heck you're seeing my face. But I'm going to take it. And I'm just going to do this. You see? You see, if you do this, you can at least get some of that wetness off you. Okay? Unless if your friend over there decides to do it again, then you're pretty good. So there you go. You got the face aspect of it. It's good for stuff like that. And besides, sweat can build up in here. And if sweat builds up and it gets into my eye, I'm not going to be a happy camper. I will be shoving those kids down the stairs like they deserve because I'm sweating my ass off, okay? So bring a towel, please. If you're a fursuit handler, you should be writing this down. You should be taking notes on your damn smartphones because I know you have them. Okay, so you got the towel all done. It's all sweaty. You could just plop that over there, okay? So, the next order of business, okay, is that you're gonna be stuck in here for quite a long time. You could be fursuiting up to 5-6 hours at a time. And what you're gonna want to do whenever you have these fursuit outbursts, you might want to buy something. So what your fursuit handler should have on him, let's see if my fursuit handler does. Shoot, where is it? I don't think I'm firing my fursuit handler. This is a freaking worst. I had it in here. I'm firing myself. I should be firing myself. Okay, well, you know what? Screw it. I don't have it in here. I must have left it on the damn... Okay, whatever. Is one of those fans. Okay, you need a portable fan here. Okay? Not your #1 fan. Not your guy who's going around going, woo! No. You need a fan. Because if you don't have a fan, and I'm hot, I want to make sure that I'm not going to be hot for very long. That's why the fan comes in. So make sure to always carry one of those little tiny fans. Even if the ones that have the squirt bottle on it. It's going to help 10 times. And I'm sure I have it somewhere in this house. I feel very stupid for not having it. Don't worry, I'll get better. But, so you're basically doing this too. Okay, so you also see the things around here, like my badges and stuff. You always have, being a handler out in charity, you always have to make sure that this stuff is not falling off. Okay, if this falls off and somebody doesn't tell me, I just threw $40 off my thing and basically put it onto the ground for somebody else to have. So make sure you're always keeping care of this, okay? All the time. You not all the time. Okay, don't be excessive and look at my chest all the time, but do it once in a while before you go into the next event. Just see if you have everything. Make sure it's all there. Because if it's not all there and I get home and I realize I misplaced it, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be very disappointed. So, okay, I digress. So you're walking down the road, and let's say if I sneeze, okay, because, you know, I get fur in my nose. So you're always going to want to carry, you're always going to want to carry tissues, okay? Now, tissues, in my opinion, for a person who has allergies like me, is going to be a lifesaver. you're going to be the talk of the town, because if I sneeze in here, it's game over, man. If I don't have tissues with it, it's game over. I'm not going to walk around in God knows 70-degree weather or 80-degree weather having a snot right in my mouth. That's disgusting. So make sure to bring tissues to these charity events. Okay, so if any sort of fashion, or you can even keep the towel. Don't keep the towel because that's all covered with sweat and I don't want to abuse that again. But just keep the tissues at a nice high volume. Because, again, if I sneeze in here, it's game over. I don't care if the Pope comes or Queen Elizabeth herself. I'm leaving. I'm not going to be having a snot bubble in my damn mouth. So, I'm just telling you that, forewarning. So, if you're ever handling somebody, make sure to bring the tissues. You never know when you're going to need it. Okay? So, I have one more or two more things in here. Obviously, you're going to want to be having the cameras so you can be basically taking pictures of yourself with this charity so you can post them online and brag about how great you are. So, bring a smartphone, okay? If you don't have a smartphone, very easy. Go to your local Verizon store, or you can even bring a nice high-tech camera. If you bring a high-tech camera, then you're a furry's best friend, because now I can self-loathe myself because I have a bunch of pictures of myself to self-loathe about. So, make sure you're taking nice, high-quality photos. And none of that blurry crap, too, because if I'm at a charity, I want people to know. No, I'm kidding. So let's see if we have any more comments going on here. Dark Wolf, I think, the sweet, model head, blah. So I think, okay, so not really too many comments going on there. You guys can talk anytime you want. Make sure to be talking about your local things and, you know, high-priced merchandise. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so the last thing I have in this backpack, and now this is probably one of the most important, because if you don't have this, I'm not going to be able to eat or have anything. Okay, so you're going to want to be, if I can feel around for it. Oh, I have another water in there. Okay, well, no. Okay, so you're going to want to bring your wallet. Okay, now the wallet might not seem important, but it's very important. Because when I'm in this fursuit and I'm sweating, and let's say if you run out of water, number one, I'm going to be going, what happened? Where's my wallet? If I don't have this wallet, I can't drink any water. I might die. So keep the wallet there. You never know. And last but not least, you bring more water. Okay? You bring a ton of water. You know, screw that. You know, you're not just bringing 2 bottles of water to this thing. I'm not expecting that. You gotta take it up to the next level. We need a whole container of them. This is how much water you should have all the time. If you don't have this much water while I'm at a charity event, I'm going to be very disappointed, because I'm going to be sweating and I might die. Unless if you want me to die, then that's fine. But just bring the whole darn thing. I don't care. Like, this has a total of 20 things in it. I might be drinking all this in the course of the day because how hot it gets in my suit. Especially in charity events, too. Just imagine having a bunch of people around that are taking photos of you. Well, actually, that's a furry convention. But a furry convention at least has water all around. Here, you're not going to have water. You're going to be surviving. So, bring this much water. So, make sure you're doing all that. I'm going insane because I want to try to help you guys out. If you want to be a fursuit handler in your future. If you see that as a career destination, that's fine. I mean, you can have plenty of careers looking at fursuiters. How great would that be? So, to really do that whole thing, I'm going to be drinking a lot of water, especially right now, because I'm talking a lot. Especially a fursuiter who talks. I'm a talker. I'm going to be wanting this on standby. Oh, darn. I can't get it in my mouth. This is awful. Ooh. I'll be just like that, okay? I'll be like that. Drinking up a storm, okay? If I could, I would pour that on my head, but I will not because that's not what you're supposed to do, and I lost the cap there. I can't put the cap on, but I can put it over there. Please try to. No, that won't work. Okay, so. Now. Whew. After that's all said and done, you got done with all your fursuiting, and you're coming home. Okay, so you're obviously going to drive your car. Your fursuiter's going to be in the car seat. You just had a wild day. I just drank probably 3 gallons of water, 4 gallons, maybe even more. And, you know, the best way to be a good fursuit handler is at the very end of it, you help them at least get to the point where you know they're going to be safe. So think of it like a date. You got to take this person out. You got to look at them all the time. And you don't even have to like this person. You got to look at him. Because if you don't look at him and he passes out, I'm going to come back and sue your butt, okay? I'm going to sue you. Because you were supposed to be my designated handler, okay? So, you just think of it as a date. But you're not really dating. You're just fursuiting, helping the person with the fursuit. So, at the very end of it, you get out of your car, you walk them to the door, and you see if they're still A-okay. And then you leave, okay? Unless if you're good friends with them, and then you can come into the house or whatever. So, that's probably the most important things I can tell you about fursuiting handling, because there's still a bunch to do. You still got to watch for kids, okay? You got those kids who pull on your tails like mother buckers. And you're like, dude, stop pulling on my tail. I just paid $3,000 on this thing. Kid's not going to care. He's going to go, what's $3,000? Okay, so make sure if you're a handler, keep kids, they can hug you, but don't make them pull on stuff. As soon as you see pulling, you take them don't take them by the throat, because I don't want to see anyone dying in this. But you take them by the hand and you say, that's enough. Okay, don't do that either. Just tell the parent. Maybe the parent will do something. If they don't, then you tell a local security guard or something. So, you got to be very mindful of kids. I can't see kids. My visibility for down there is right here. I can't see past my nose. After my nose, it's all over. I don't know what the heck's going on down there. I can feel, but like, it's just not that good. And not unless I look down like that, but still. Make sure you're keeping an eye on kids. You're keeping an eye on photographers too. Because I'm not going to know if a guy's taking a photo of me over there. You're going to have to go, hey, there's a photographer taking a photo of you over there. Oh, okay, cool. So, make sure you're constantly on the alert, okay? If you see a bear running towards me, you run in front of that bear and stop him, because I'm not going to ruin my $3,000 suit. No offense to the person that's going to be stopping the bear. You get it for a worthy cause, but I don't want my suit to be ruined at all. I don't want it to be like stepped on, punched at, pulled at, any way you name it. That's what's might happen at a charity event. So keep your eyes out whenever you're dealing with children or high octane people, because you never know. They might try to pull on something. Something might rip, and I'm going to be going to court. So, I'm just kidding about that. I wouldn't even probably know the person. So let's see if we have any comments down below here that has any helpful hints. Ain't there a wetsuit for some people wearing cooling agent to keep them cool? Yeah, there is. I'm going to tell you right now. But that stuff does not work as good as it's advertised. It usually only works about like 45 minutes. But if I'm out in the hot sun for, let's see, about 3-4 hours, that thing's not going to really give a crap by the third hour. Okay? So, Cooling vests are good investment, yes, but when you're out charity or anything like that, make sure to always bring a handler, okay? So, I would love to have your handler. Well, thank you. You could be my handler someday. If I ever see you at a convention, you can be my handler. Now, okay. So, we're getting through the handling stuff pretty good, you know. You also got to watch out for kids, like I said. You got to watch out for different spots on the road, okay? If you see a pothole full of water, you tell my ass, don't walk there. You just take me and, like, hug me in the back. I don't care. Make sure you're keeping an eye around your surroundings. You're supposed to be the handler. If I don't see something, I can't avoid it. So, if I see a wall, if there's a wall right here and I walk right into it, and, well, it's actually my fault because I could see the wall. But let's say if there's a wall right here, like right in this general direction, and I don't see it, I'm walking the sideways, and I hit my shoulder, well, now there's going to be some problems. So, just make sure you're keeping an eye out. That's the most important thing you can do as a handler. You're the visual guy. Okay, just think of you as a big movie picture guy. You're going on a date and you're making a movie out of it because you got to make sure I'm walking in the right way. I'm not getting pulled on kids or little brats that might be behind me, or I'm not going to be tripping over a Nana anytime soon. Let's not do that either. Okay, so the whole entire purpose is for you to keep me safe. So you have the water that keeps me safe, or keeping me hydrated. You have the tissues that are keeping my nose from sneezing all over it. You got the towel here that at least now I can see without sweating in my eye. You got everything is supposed to keep me safe. That's all it is. You're a safekeeper. So congratulations. You've made it past the first stage of what you have to do. Putting it into action, that's a whole different scenario that I'm going to have to make a video of one of these days at a convention. We'll put it into action at one of the conventions. So, now that is over and you're a little bit more vilified on the handling aspect of it, you can always write in the comments below and we can have a good talk. And I'm going to have some phone calls today. So you're going to be able to call me and we're going to be able to talk. Hopefully. I'm going to test this out. I really want to do this again. It's calling in to Dashing Foxie, but the next step is I'm going to read some creepy tweets. And that's what it's going to be. It's the segment I like to call is reading creepy tweets. So, let's start out here with my very first one here. And let's do this, okay? Reading creepily tweets. I know this person actually. It's a made for you. I know her. She used to be good friends of mine, but then she kind of stopped talking to me. But just chugged a whole bottle of water in fursuit. Feeling relaxed now. Hee hee. Okay, so I just proved my point that you need to be carrying a lot of water. A lot of water. Because this is how it is. You're going to be chugging, which I never understood the word chugging. Why the heck do you even say, why not just say just drank a whole bottle of water? But I digress, because I always think of trains when I hear chugging. But, so you're going to be drinking a lot of water. And this just proves it. She just drank a whole bottle of water, and now she's feeling a lot more relaxed. So, handlers, I want you to get out your books and start writing this stuff down. And feeling relaxed part, that's great and stuff. So, not really too much to the tweet. I just wanted to point out that that's how fursuiting is. So, very good tweet by this pup. That's what her screen name is, or Cupcake Puppy, or whatever it is. Okay, so let's go to the next one here, and let's click on that. Let's see if I'm even recording my screen. Yep. Okay. I'm not a loser. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So now this one needs to stop. Okay. I saw this and I was like, and this was done in the last couple of months too. You know, this challenge is the most retarded challenge I have ever seen in my life. Okay. So let's just read it. Water bottle flipping challenge. Okay, so I think they're legitimate at a con. Is this what their con experience comes to? Is flipping bottles outside and getting excited about it? Just, this needs to die. I think it's been dying of late, but I saw a couple people do it the other day, and I was like, dear God, this needs to die. Yeah, this was in July of 2017. That was when it was most popular, but it's going to die soon. So, Loop, or whatever your name is, this needs to die. I don't even know why you put it on here. This just makes me so furious. Why are you doing this? You're at a convention. Have fun. Don't be flipping bottles around. Okay? Okay. Dear God. I get very angry at this kind of stuff. Oh, okay. We're furries, not trending, sending people. Okay, so let's continue on with our creepily read tweets. And let's do the next thing here. I have so much space, 2 suitcases, and a small carry-on. So far, he's got it all right. It's all good. Pax fursuit. So he basically role-played that. That's cool. We're good. We're going good. Well, I guess I can fit the next worth of clothes into my backpack, right? No, don't do that. Stop. Okay, so if you're doing this, okay, this is the one thing that really, made me blech about this whole entire thing. Don't put your dirty clothes into a backpack, okay? They have bags available now. I can go out and buy you a bag. Keep it in your bags, whenever you go to the grocery store, you got all those bags there. Why not just keep it in your bag? Why are you going to put it in your backpack? Everything that's going to be put into that backpack, and if I see you do this, I'm never going to touch that backpack again. Okay? So you're not right on this. You're not. That question mark should be a hell no. Okay? Don't keep your backpacks for your dirty clothes. Because the smell of it too. My God, the smell. If you sweat a lot, you're going to be smelling that for the next month unless if you really do a whole clean of that backpack. So I'm going to tell you right now, for the question right, hell no. Don't do it. Just stop. Okay? Okay. Whew. Okay, I had to get that off my chest too. Because, wow, that is just a horrible, horrible idea. But again, I don't know any of these people except for the one person, but that was by complete luck. So let's keep going here. I just watched 14 fursuiting handling videos. So far, that speech is awful, but let's keep going. I digress. I think I am prepared to help. Well, I guess it must be your friend, so it must be the deer. I think I actually know that deer from a while ago, but I need to find a cheap backpack. Okay, wait, stop right there. Okay. Number one, you're not doing this right. A cheap backpack is not a good idea because she has all her belongings in there. You wouldn't go and buy her a car for $2. Why would you go and buy a backpack for $2? Okay, the backpack I got at least cost me... Actually, it was free because of Special Olympics, but it's at least a $300 backpack, and I know it's not going to break anytime soon. So when I'm walking around the con, I'm not going to have to worry about a hole popping in it or some obstruction getting caught in it and making it all tear. You did wrong there, kid. You're going to have to buy a little bit bigger backpack and better backpack instead of doing a cheap backpack. Okay, so let's keep going. But I'm so nervous. Okay, so the worst thing you can be, especially when you're doing a charity, okay, and you're a fursuit handler, you can be nervous. That's why I always suggest for new fursuit handlers, you're going to want to, go to a convention and fursuit handler 1 or 2 people. Try to get the hang of it before you go and do big charity event things. And B, you're going to want to get that nervousness off you, because if you don't get that nervousness off you, and let's say a kid starts pulling my tail and you're too nervous to do anything about it, well, there's a problem within itself. That tail's going to be ruined and I'm going to be a one upset dude, okay? So just make sure when you are doing this, you're going to want to, A, buy a better backpack, B, watch my video, actually. Just watch my video. Right now, I'm doing it right now, baby. That 14 fursuit, whatever. I can't speak right now. But that whole fursuit handling videos, they're not as equivalent as to mine. Actually, no, I'm kidding. I'm not a narcissist. Never will be. But, yeah, seriously. Buy a better backpack and get those nerves out of you before going out to charity, because these kids are brutal. They'll kill you. Okay, maybe they won't kill you, but they'll do it. So thanks, dear, on that helpful hint of advice, what not to do and buying a cheap backpack. So let's go for our next one here, and we're going to do this one here. Wow. This one is a very interesting one, because I saw this, and I was like, maybe it's not that appropriate for my show, but whatever. It's cool. I mean, first, TFW, which I don't even know what that means. We were fursuiting handling for Sunrise Foxie. Never heard of him. Let's see if we have a thing. Okay, he's got a nice fursuit there. Nice fursuit. And a dog sniffs his crotch after. Okay, so dogs. You're my dog, dog. No, not like that. But you have to realize that when you're doing dogs or anywhere around dogs, they're just like little children. Okay? This one turned out to be funny. It said the owner was trying to get a photo and the 2 people were cracking up laughing. Wow, that's great. But dogs are an important part of this. If you're doing a charity for dogs, make sure your handler is telling you where the dogs are. Because 9 chances out of 10, the dog's not going to be sniffing my crotch, that's a weird sentence to be even had. But still, you're going to be in this whole thing, and dogs are just like children. You can trip over them, you can fall on them, you can do anything to them. Just be very, very cautious when you're doing this. So, very good. And I'm glad that people were cracking up laughing. That's great. I wouldn't have been cracking up laughing. I'd be nervous that the dog would lick my fursuit. But you never know. I digress. And let's move on to our last but not least creepy tweet, which I don't even know what it is. And this one is great. Ready to fursuit handling. There you go. That just defined my whole video. That's why I picked it for last, because that one tweet right there by I don't know what her name is or his name, but that sums up my whole entire video right there. That's a great starting point for my video. Gets ready to start fursuit handling. Great tweet. That is not a nominee from, I might make a nominee thing. I don't know, but just great tweet. Great tweet all around. Great tweet. That summed up my whole video. Now you're going to be ready for the fursuit handling and everything like that. So let's go back to my ugly mug here. And let's do that. So last tweet was short and sweet and to the point. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't really find a lot of tweets for this matter, so I tried to make it as interesting as possible. So, if you're still with me and you didn't leave by boredom or death, okay, so, yeah, let's keep having fun here. Let's see if we have any of it. So, thank you for saying I love the creepy tweets. That's very nice of you, very generous. I'm still going to do this. Why do some furries put on a general age, and then bottom. I have no clue, to tell you the truth. I have no interest. I am not a psychiatrist. I never understood myself. Age for one is necessary. I don't know. You know what? I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor or anything. I'm just going to let them talk about that in the comments. And welcome. Okay, so we keep going through our fursuit handler thing. If I missed anything, I've got a new segment for you. It's actually talking with Dashing Foxie. Literally talking with Dashing Foxie. So I'm going to give out my phone number, and hopefully you guys call in and you can get a good sense. I want to hear some general questions from you. I want to hear like what you could do in situations, or maybe even give me a tip, something I missed. I have missed a couple things. I have my Bluetooth speaker here. I don't know if it's on or not, so I'm going to try to turn it on. It's either going to go do-do-do. Okay, no, it was off. So let me do this.
Welcome. Wait, connected to Bluetooth device.
Okay, so it's connected to Bluetooth device, guys. And I'm going to give out my phone number. Please do not call me in the middle of the night, being all creepily texting me or anything. I don't want that. So if you do want to talk to me, you can write the number down. It is 717-839-3684. That is 717-839-3684. And you can call me about anything. I will give you general questions that you seek, or general answers that you seek, or whatever that would be, the whole entire thing. So the last half of my show, I'm opening up for calls. So if you want to call me, I have my phone right here, and we can really talk. We will talk, and we will get an understanding of people, and hopefully that we can actually, talk about this whole entire purpose. That's why I would like to do it. So the number is, once this clock stops dinging, which would be very nice and helpful, the number is 717-839. Actually, no, let me write in the comments here. 717-839-3684. Okay. So there you go. That's my phone number. Which, why do I have this on? And I completely forgot to switch it, which that's not good. Okay. There you go. Okay, so the number is to call. I wrote it down in the comments, as you can see, as I demonstrated right there. The number is down in the comments. It's 717-839-3684. And you can give me a call. I will certainly talk to anybody who's willing to talk, have a question on fursuit handling, or have any sort of thing that might be there. It is United States. That is a United States number. It's 1 if you want to reach the United States. It's 1, then 839-717, and stuff like that. So it's just adding a 1, I think, for international, +1, or whatever they do for that one entire thing. So I have my speaker set up to go, and we will do this. Okay, so while we're waiting for our first caller, which who knows if there will be a first caller, there's plenty of different things that fursuit handling you got to be aware of too. Like I said before, you got to be aware of your surroundings. So surroundings are a very important thing about it. My whole entire field right around here is your hotspot. If somebody goes in there, you tell me about it. I don't want to be hugged from behind by a complete weirdo stranger looking for candy. No, I don't want that. I want to be notified who I'm going to be hugged by, and I would like to give them a hug back, signifying our friendship. Well, maybe not our friendship, but I don't know, a fursuit hug? I don't know. But that's the one thing we got to do. We also got to realize that if you're a fursuit handler, you've got to be prepared for every scenario. So let's say if Potato Hole, I don't know his real name. I have no clue. But let's say him. He's walking down the street, and he's supposed to be my fursuit handler, okay? Number one, your phone will be off and should be off at all times during the handling. I don't want you to be on your phone texting your mother saying how great the weather is when you should be watching me. And I'm not saying that because I'm the greatest person around. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that because you took a responsibility on being this person's fursuit handler, okay? If you don't take this responsibility seriously, it's probably going to end up bad for me because I'm going to expect you to do some certain things and you're not going to be able to perform them. So it's one of those things that if you are doing fursuit handling, please turn off the phone. Just turn it off. It will be fine. You will not die because you can't read the latest tweets. So, and I'm not saying that because I'm a narcissistic person. I'm saying that because you took this responsibility on yourself. And you shouldn't be looking at tweets. If I had a little kid running around, I wouldn't be playing video games going, hey, Johnny, can you shut up? No, because I took on the responsibility of me taking care of it. And that's what you got to think of. You got to think of the person that you're taking care of. So make sure when you're doing it, turn off your phone or any smart devices that you may or may not have. So, I don't know why I always say number. I always start out with numbers. But this time, the whole entire thing is when you're fursuit handling, you have to make sure you know the route. And I mean, not by we're going to walk this way and then 2 steps to your right, 2 steps. You got to know where the bathrooms are because I'm not going to know where that is. You're going to have to know where the stage / anything is, because if I get on stage and I fall off the stage, you better believe your ass is getting sued. Well, actually, maybe not sued, but you're going to be having a very angry person on you because you didn't warn them anywhere or anything. So basically what I usually do, the 3 rules of that is number 1, search for the bathrooms. So if I have to de-suit and use that old sweat rag, I can go and use that sweat rag on me and, I won't have things in my eye. Or if I have to use the bathroom at all or any time. So that's number 1. Number 2, you're going to want to have a, You're going to want to have a good idea where everything's at. If they have water somewhere, and you don't have to bring the water, but let's say they have water, and you should know where that is. Because the simple fact is, if you see me overheating, I want you to tell me you need water now. We're going to go. Because that's the kind of person I want. I want a person who can think going, maybe this guy will get really hurt if I let him continue on doing what they're doing. So you got to keep that mind and set. So I want to know a person who has either water in their hand, buy a water bottle, or I want them to at least have a good sense if there's water at the table, get it. Okay. So number 3 on the list is I want you to at least know there's kids out there that you'll know that they'll be like, I don't want that kid near this guy because if he's near the guy, he's going to be pulling his tail, talking about him and stuff like that. So be aware of the people around too, because there's some really weird people out there that, So just be careful in that. Again, if you want to call in, my number is 717-839-3684. That's the telephone number. It's 717-839-3684. So if you want to call in, let me get a discussion going here. Let me see if we can get somebody to call in to talk or something. But No, I would really like to get your guys' comments, or you can even write down in the comments below. You know, let's hear some. I want to hear some stories about this. You know, of you fursuiting handling a person and something got out of control, or maybe if you were fursuiting handling a person and you were really good at it, but you could have done this better, or any sort of thing like that. The whole entire point is, I would like to hear some more feedback on this, because fursuit handling is one of those things that I don't have the same definition as probably that girl or the guy or whoever was in that one video. I don't have all the info. I have a completely different take on it. So if you have an idea that we could add to the situation, like let's say bring a fan, so you can like try to, you know, like do just anything. And I will, anything that you want to talk about too. Maybe you want to talk about like fursuiting, on why is it so hot, or anything. Just give me a call. Again, the number is 717-839-3684. So we can get a good discussion going. Maybe we could talk about some certain things. Now, for fursuiting at a con, again, that's one of those things you don't need a handler. I'm not going to say you need a handler for fursuiting at a con, because of the simple fact that handling is basically really, well, it's not, I would say it's easier at a con. That's why I always say start out at a con before going to charity events. Really get to know the person too that you're going to be handled by. I would really like to create a website, and I want to do it for fursuit handlers, that where they can go on there, posted. I was in the process of doing it, and then we end up stopping and things like that because he lives so far away, and it just kind of got out of control. So please, if you do want to call in, you can call in and talk about anything you want. We have so far 0 callers. My phone has not rang since it. It'd probably be a good idea also, if you're trying to call me, press the 1 before it, because for some reason my phone sometimes doesn't like it if you just do the 717, but just press the 1 before it and then you'll get my phone. So let's keep talking about this wonderful world of fursuit handling and how you can handle yourself too. So the whole entire purpose of fursuit handling, because a lot of people like a purpose to it, it's to really help the fursuiter. It's also to help yourself too, because if you're helping a fursuiter, you can meet a lot of people, to tell you the truth. You can meet a lot of people, because when you're fursuit handling a person, you can talk to them, you can have a nice conversation with them. Then you can also meet other furries, because they're all getting into a line together, taking a photo, and you go, wow, that's a nice suit. Then he starts talking back. So maybe if you have a problem with talking with people, it might be a good idea to start fursuit handling for a little bit. Try to get to know more people, you know. There's plenty of people out there that you might like, or anything like that, and you can get the chance of actually seeing them. So basically that's probably a good one with that. So let's see if we have any comments for this. At MP one time, there was a worker there that was by the door and with no mop, and I almost tripped over the handle. See, that's where a fursuit handler could have been very keen on that, because a fursuit handler would have been like, stop, there's a mop, and then he probably would have been rhyming all day. But still, you could have got really badly hurt on that. So let's keep going here. Yes, it was so damn close. I also had someone say that they would be a handler yet working the dealer's den, so it didn't work out at a con where I was tripped and almost. Okay, so that's a good point right there, to tell you the truth. When you're having a handler, and somebody like tries to do two different things at once, just fire them. Don't like go up to and go, "You're fired. I'm sick and tired of your butt." No, just tell them you obviously want to do the other thing too. So I'm not going to be handled by you, because if you are doing that, you could seriously hurt them, or maybe they need to do something. So please keep in mind, if you do that, just make sure your handler is 100% on you, not somewhere else. That's why I always say turn off the phone. Turning off the phone is probably the best thing that you could possibly do when you're handling. It shows dedication, and it shows that you actually care about me. So maybe the next con should be trying to... Okay. So, okay. I would like some phone calls here. We got 20 minutes until the end of the show. Again, the phone is already optional. As you could tell, I can turn it on, and you can see some stuff. Like I got my Telegram, Talking with Dashing Foxie, on. If you want to join that Telegram, you can discuss what I want to talk about. It's Talking with Dashing Foxie. You can enter it at any time, or invite your friends, if they really are interested in this. Again, the phone works, so if you want to enter it, the number is 717-839-3684. That's 717-839-3684. Now, again, I have it on, so you can just call me anytime. We can discuss your different things about it. And also, if you call, I haven't done this in so long, so I'm kind of excited for it. So hopefully this sticks and people actually like calling in. But again, the number's there, so you can call in. So if you're liking this video, please share it around. See if we can get some more people in here. We're gonna definitely go. What I'm gonna do too is I'm going to create a little video. It'll be like a comedy thing, and it will be basically about fursuit handling and how to handle the situations that are in it. Like, it'll be one of those like informational stupid videos that you see. Welcome to Fursuit Handling 101. Yeah, because that's what I want to do. I would like to really show what I mean when I talk about fursuit handling, and how important it is to actually get the people caring about it. Because if you don't, if you're on your phone constantly and you're a handler, you're not a good handler. So I'm just going to tell you that right now. Now, again, at cons, you really don't need it, but still, it's still nice to have it at cons for photos and stuff. Now, yeah, no, just wonderful things will be going on, and we will be talking more about this in the future. My next video, I have a special guest on, so that's always great. It will be secret until it happens. It's another YouTuber. He has a decent amount of followers. Somebody actually here gave me it, and I'm going to see if he wants to make a video of me, and we're going to talk about certain different things. Really, we're just going to be chit-chatting and making it like a podcast type of thing. Maybe not. Maybe I'll go and try to have a topic to talk about or something. But yeah, my phone lines are still open for another 18 minutes if you want to call in. If nobody calls in by 20, I'll probably just end the video. We'll end it a little bit short tonight, because next video is going to be better. So, again, if you want to call in, don't be shy. I'm not going to bite you. I'm not going to yell at you. This isn't a radio talk show that where you call in and I'm going to cut you off halfway through the sentence, because I have nobody to sponsor me right now. I might make a Patreon, but that's basically it. So, if you want to call in, my number is 717-839-3684. That's 717-839-3684. 3684. And again, don't be shy. We could talk about anything. You know, you have a cell phone. I know you do. You can call me. We could talk about the weather. I don't know. But no, I'm just kidding. Let's just talk about fursuit stuff. And let's see if there's any more comments about this. I know the one person had the... Let's see. In the guest, I'm really hoping it's... it might be. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Nope, nothing really in the comments, guys. So, yeah, basically, fursuit handling can be summed up in a couple other different things, too. So, really, I guess I can just sum it up, since if nobody calls, I'll just sum it up right now, and then for the end of the show, I'll talk about my promotional stuff. So, fursuit handling, okay, in summary. When you're fursuit handling at a con, you don't have to be as alert as ever. You can at least be a little bit relaxed. Don't be on your phone. It's a little bit disrespectful. I don't care if you want to talk to your mother about playing cards tomorrow. I want you to be focusing on the person no matter what, even if it's at a con or not. So keep an eye on your person. Take some photos. Take some nice, clunky photos. And do that, okay? Water is usually always available, so you don't have to worry about water or anything sort like that. So you'll be good on water, and you'll be good on a couple other things when you're fursuiting at a con. Now, fursuiting at a charity. Fursuiting at a charity or a public event is just like going on a date. You constantly got to look at them. Or it's like taking, I wouldn't say it's like taking care of a child, but it would be more constantly looking at them. And you have to make sure that you're off the phone at all times. All times. You're constantly surrounded. You have a lot of water. And you have a lot of different things to help your fursuiter. Just remember, it's all about safety. When you're fursuiting out in public, it's all about safety. If you see a kid tugging on my tail, tell him to get off or do something. Don't just stand there and let it happen. So, when you're fursuiting out, it's like a date because you have to be cautious. You have to be looking at them all the time. And you have to be constantly engaged with them. When you're fursuiting out, make sure you know where the bathrooms are. Make sure you know where to go, what to do, or what they're going to do. Best handlers are the ones who are prepared. So make sure you got a nice backpack. Don't buy a cheapo, because I'm not walking halfway through it and all of a sudden the bag falls out under. So make sure when you're doing it, usually the fursuiter should provide you with a backpack like I would. So make sure it's like that. And number 3, make sure they're constantly safe. That actually, you know what? That will be the motto today. Keep it safe. If you see something that you don't like with the fursuiter, maybe I don't like it either. Don't let anyone hug my back because I'll punch them maybe. Okay, maybe not, but I might swing at them and accidentally do that. So just keep it in a calm and everything will be a-okay. And yeah, basically that's to sum up the whole entire episode, is keeping everything safe, okay? So I could take a last caller. Again, the number is 717-839-3684. Call in and talk about your fursuit experiences. If you ever handled with somebody, you can always call in and say, I handled for somebody and I would like to, talk about it or do any sort of thing like that. Sadly, you got still like a couple more minutes. I'll end it at 25. Fursuit handling is very important too. Don't think that just because you're a fursuit handler means that you get to be lazy. You're not supposed to be lazy, okay, when you're fursuit handling. I know it sounds crazy, like, what, I can't be lazy? No, you can't. You have to be on alert. I'm not going to be the guy who gets hit by a truck because the guy wasn't there looking at me. Because that might happen. It's possible. Anything is possible at a charity event, or at a kid's birthday party, or at a certain event that might be outside. Anything is possible. Except for maybe a meteor or getting struck by lightning. That's probably very illogical. But if you are in the middle of fursuit handling, keep an eye on your fursuiter. That's the number one rule. No, ask them if you want a drink. They might get sick and tired of hearing you going, well, can I get a drink? I don't care. You wring their freaking neck and you say, you could, or not do that, but like at the very end of it, they could literally try to wring your neck because the guy is asking for it because he keeps asking if you're thirsty. I don't care. You keep asking him all the time. Okay? At least I usually give it a 20-minute period and I go, are you hot? You need something to drink? Okay. Now, I don't be persistent and start, going, oh, I'm not going to start walking up to people and going, you're going to drink this water. And then as they're trying to do that and pour it on my head, now it's all over my freaking lap. No, don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. But be very cautious on what you are doing. So, that's the end of my episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please share it around with your friends. We'll definitely talk about this more in the future. I'll even have a whole how-to video. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to me on the YouTubes if you enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to Twitter. This is whatever. Okay, just put my hand out in the world. I don't want to do that, but so if you want to have a nice conversation, I do have a chat. It's on Tumblr. It's Talking with Dashing Foxie. You can easily look it up. I have a Twitter too, so if you have any ideas for the show, don't hesitate, and I will try to make them possible. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a dashing night, and thank you for watching Talking with Dashing Foxie. Thank you.